Hey Nathan, it's Wednesday, October 2nd. Breaking Bad is a great experience for the both of us, and you know I'm sad to see it go. But I agree, I couldn't have been happier with the ending. But there are some issues at hand that I won't be sad to see end. Namely, the government shutdown that is a very pressing matter in our country at this moment. So, Monday night, due to the GOP-led House of Representatives' refusal to pass a temporary funding bill, portions of the federal government have been forced to shut down indefinitely. Many areas of the government rely on this bill to determine the amount of and receive their funding. And since the Senate and the House couldn't agree on this bill, these areas of the government cannot operate until further notice. Simply put, their workers can't be paid. But wait, hold up. How come Congress can't agree on this bill? The House's refusal to pass this bill lies in the opposition of the majority-holding Republicans to the Affordable Care Act, which began yesterday without being affected by the shutdown, with people being able to shop around and enroll in new health insurance plans. The Democratic-led Senate also won't pass any revisions to this bill made by the House because these revisions also include delays in the commencement of the Affordable Care Act. So what exactly does this shutdown entail? While I've enjoyed seeing anarchic and satirical tweets and memes the past few days about the country suddenly turning lawless, only areas of the government deemed non-essential were shut down. These include congressional and White House staff, national parks, zoos, museums. Fortunately, the animals are still being cared for. Medical research hospitals, most regulatory agencies, legal immigration background checks for immigrants looking for jobs, civil hearings through the Justice Department, federally sponsored child care centers, services to veterans and to provide meals to elderly and children in need, and many more buildings and services often provided for the public. 800,000 federal employees are being turned away from their jobs, unable to be paid. Millions of Americans who rely on the multitude of programs and services provided by these non-essentials are left to fend for themselves. Of course, the government programs and jobs that are still being funded during this shutdown are very necessary to keep going, such as the military and the embassies, presidential duties, social security checks, although any other support in this department has been halted. Law enforcement, emergency care and assistance like firefighters, air traffic control, food stamps, and of course, Congress. They still get paid because we need them, right? With all this work they're getting done? Now, there is one good thing that's come from this shutdown. What we need to know in reality is that the only thing that this shutdown is accomplishing is hurting the average federal employee. Employees who don't make over $150,000 a year. But wait a minute. Since when is it new that Congress has done things against this country's best wishes? I mean, isn't that what they're for? To be fair, congressional members and higher-ups on both the Republican and the Democratic sides have asked that their pay be suspended until this shutdown ends. That way they don't look bad. Or maybe they really do feel bad. Now, who was it who warned against a partisan government? Oh yeah, it was George freaking Washington. We pick and choose advice to follow from the founding fathers to defend our arguments, but then kinda get stuck in our ways. Maybe it's time for a change. Nathan, we'll see you on Friday.